Doing a taxi test. Well, right off the bat, my rudder is not doing too well. It's very weak. I need to figure out what's going on there. Okay, I redid the linkage, and as you can see, I had to do a mod. This is not the ideal setup from the manufacturer, to be honest. And the landing gear, you pay a premium for this one, but it's very cheap. I would just buy another strut assembly for this model. Get the measurements from this after my Maiden, and I'm going to get another one. I'm not happy with this landing gear. It's too soft. It bends. You look at it, it bends. And these, I had to make these grub screws M4s from M3s. They're way too small, and it was not enough. I mean, you can even see how flimsy it is. Anyhow, it might do the job for a few flights. So here's the linkage. I went ahead and did this assembly, and I'm trying to look at this, see if it's not hitting, it's not moving up. And there's plenty of authority here on this. And if I retrieve it, there's clearance. Clearance is there. Barely. I'm gonna probably shave just a little bit off here. The last thing I want is this landing gear not coming down when I want it to. And two props will just go to, hit the ground, and you know the deal. So let me show you the other side here. Okay, this is the wire mess that you have. Don't mind that, I'll clean it up. What we have, here's the servo. I changed it to a more powerful servo. This is a 10 point some kilogram servo. I'll tell you exactly what it is. This is a Bluebird servo, BMS 622 MG. And 622 MG, it says at 4.8, 9.1 kilograms per centimeter. And at 6, 10.8 kilograms. It's fairly fast at 0.13 on 6, so it should be fine. It's a 51 gram servo. The other one was nowhere near this powerful. So let's see it working. Let's see how this does. I'll put it back together, clean up the wiring, and go for another Maiden. Everything else is looking good. We'll have to do the checks again, obviously, but we'll see. One thing I'd like to point out on this model is that the manual doesn't say this, but if you look at the rudder, this rudder can easily interfere with your elevators. So I had to put 55% dual rate to reduce this movement, travel, so that it doesn't interfere with the rudder. With the elevator. So be very careful. See in the edge, you can see that. Be very careful on this. Make sure you check this clearance and all scenarios. High rates, low rates, whatever, when you pull up on the elevator. Okay, let's give this another try. I fixed the rudder issue. I'll show you what I did. I'm gonna take this for another attempt at our field for a maiden flight. It's a nice morning, and okay, so I did replace the servo, as I told you guys previously. I made this arm so that it doesn't move. It's reinforced. I put some JB weld in the tube. Put a tube around the rod. I think it's a 2mm rod and a much stronger servo. On this side, I had to limit the movement of the rod so that the wheel doesn't turn as this thing comes down. We'll turn it on and let you see it. I had to reinforce it. I'll paint that later. Also had to clear some here so that this thing wouldn't get stuck. Last thing I want is a nose gear not coming down. So getting back to our usual wiring, I'm going to put the wings on and connect it up. The way the wings go, they have a bolt here that opens up and reconnects from inside. It's a pretty interesting feature. I think most of these balsa ARFs have this, but it could be a pain because access on the other side would be difficult. So this slides in and all the wires have to be connected ×2. And sometimes if the wings are too big, you'll need 2 people because it'll be off balance. Okay, she's all done. All the wiring is done in here. Right, left, up, down, left, right. Flaps are working. Okay, now I'm gonna open the landing gear. Whoop. So let's look at that. Very good. Okay, doing the pre-flight checks. Again, right aileron, left, elevator up, down, rudder left, right. See, the wheels are much better now. Much better. In general, I gotta say, the landing gear is kind of flimsy on these. And if there's one thing I would improve is replace the landing gear struts. Very weak. But we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna put the canopy on. And I did the wiring. I'm gonna check the linkages, make sure everything is tight. These are the plugs that we had before. It's not a bad system. Some people complain about it, but I like it. I don't mind it. Some people with magnets instead of these. That's fine. Again, this is a balsa plane made by Nexa, marketed as Nexa by Motion RC, and manufacturer is VQ Models out of Vietnam. Okay, check the linkages, make sure they're not loose. Nothing seems to be loose. I'll take an inspection. Main ones are back here in the elevator, making sure all is good. Okay, let's do our taxi run again.
Stability mode. Throttle cut.
Make sure that the gyros are working properly. I did all this before, but we need to do it again. It's pre-flight checks. Who knows what happens in the hangar? Okay, looks good.
Manual mode. Stability mode.
All right, let's go. That's forward.
Braking.
Counter rotating props, as you can see. This is reversed.
Off.
Reverse.
Brakes off.
Forward. Okay. All right, we're gonna push it up. Take it up. Flaps down. Yeah, rudder is working steering is working much better now.
Throttle cut.
Okay. All right. Okay, now or never.
Receiver 6.0 volts.
Take it off. And off she goes. I have the gear down still. It took off nice, easy. Coming in low level here. Okay, gear up. Gear is up. Flaps are still down.
Receiver 6.0.
Speed is up, so I'm gonna put the flaps up. Hope you guys can see this. It's a dot in the video, I know, but it's up there. Turning, coming into a turn. Okay, coming in low. Lights are nice. Solid. I'm gonna do another low pass and then another one and then land. I'm gonna give enough room for me to, in case we have an issue, we can take our time. Seems to be trimmed. I don't need to do anything. Pretty good. Wow. All right, let's do this. Let's take it off and do some.
Manual mode.
All right, now it's, see if it needs any trim. A little bit to the right. It was on my gyro, that's why I didn't recognize the trim need. All right, let's get it some right trim. And it needs a little up down elevator too. All right.
Receiver 6.0 volts.
Do it again. Too much down elevator. She's sinking. All right, we'll be landing her after this. All right.
Stability mode. Down.
Gear down. All right, all three are down. Do a gear pass. Lights are on. Landing lights are on. Okay, gear, all three are down. Turning around. Okay.
Takeoff flaps.
Flaps.
Receiver
First flaps down.
6.0 volts. Course lock mode.
Landing flaps are on. Coming in for a landing. Final approach. Half throttle. Go a little faster. Throttle management. Throttle management. Throttle management. Throttle management. Sinking. Woo! Nice.
Braking.
And reverse. Oh yeah.
Brakes off.
I can land this in my backyard. Reverse.
Brakes off. Receiver 6.0 volts.
You're beautiful. Let me just check to see what the battery level is. This was about 5 minutes. 6:10 was the setting, and I landed 30 seconds to remain, so about 5 minutes of flight. Let's see what this battery reading is. 2 motors running. Okay. Right. Everything seems to be in the same. Okay. .83. Yeah, that's about right. 5-minute flight time. Nice.
On. Gear up. Gear down. Gear up.
Trimming her.
Receiver 6.0 volts. Flaps up.
Low level.
Receiver 6.0 volts.
All right, landing.
Gear down.
Gear check. All down.
Takeoff flaps. Landing flaps.
Let's do it. Climbs a little bit with takeoff, with landing flaps. Gonna go do gear check. All right. Come back and land.
Landing flaps.
Landing flaps. Come down lower.
Braking. Brakes off. Stability mode. Throttle cut.
Does the job.